Today we're talking to buyers about how to win multiple offers, and we're starting now. I'm Lisa Salt with RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler, and in today's crazy real estate market for buyers, winning a multiple offer may feel like it's impossible, but I assure you it's not. Today I'm going to share with you our team's top 8 tips that have helped our buyers win in the multiple offer scenario many times. So get on your armor and let's talk about how to go to battle and win in multiples. Tip number 1, make your offer as clean and uncluttered as possible, meaning you want to structure your offer with as few conditions as is humanly possible. Conditions are the subject tos that are referred to in offers. Subject to financing, subject to home inspection, those sorts of things. So right now, quite a few offers are being presented with no conditions at all. Now, you may not be able to compete with a no condition offer, or as we call them, unconditional offer. However, you still can make your offer as clean as possible. For example, if it's a brand new house, do you really need to put in subject to a professional home inspection? Maybe you do, maybe not. If you've already looked at the property disclosure statement and it has nothing alarming on it, why have this as a subject? Take it off, it serves no purpose. Same with the title search. If it's clear title, don't worry about it. Tip number 2, sell your house first. It used to be in the olden days, like a year ago, you could write an offer subject to the sale of your house. Now it's just no dice. Very, very few sellers are going to look at an offer subject to the sale of someone else's house when there's so many cash offers that they could have instead. They just simply don't have to. Tomorrow or later today or in 15 minutes, someone else is coming around and giving an all cash offer or subject to financing versus subject to the sale of a house. So don't even bother trying that tactic. Have a solid offer on your house first and then go into battle for your next home. And if you don't have a house to sell, great. Have a proper written pre-approval in place, not something subject to 14 things under the sun. Make sure that your part of that pre-approval is done. Make sure all your tax slips are in. Make sure your income is verified. Make sure they've done a credit check so that all they need to do is verify that the house is worth what you're willing to pay. And in that case, you could even make your offer subject only to an appraisal, not subject to financing. Tip number 3, include the kitchen sink, but leave everything else out of it. If you're going into a multiple offer battle, anything not in the listing as included, don't ask for it. In a normal market or in a non-multiple offer scenario, it doesn't hurt to ask for some furniture or the garden gnomes or whatever you please. However, in a multiple offer, do not do it. It could be that one item that you asked for that sways the homeowner towards another offer that didn't ask for the pool table or the bar stools. Tip number 4, give the seller their desired dates. Moving dates can be a big deal to some sellers. If you have some flexibility in your move on your end and you can at all accommodate dates the sellers want, then do it. Again, back in the olden days, some sellers would be okay to move twice. However, in a multiple offer situation, they aren't the ones moving twice. You are. And if that is an acceptable situation to you, accommodating the seller's dates could be enough to win you the offer over anyone else whose offer is also in play. Tip number 5, give them a big deposit. A big deposit is a must when you're in competition. A huge deposit screams, "I'm a serious buyer," to the seller. Even though the seller doesn't get the money, not right away, it's a great way to show the seller that you are serious and you want that house. And make the deposit upon acceptance or within 2 business days of acceptance, not when you remove your conditions. Your realtor arriving at an offer presentation with a check in hand, that is a powerful motivator. Sometimes offers are just so close that the only way to tell them apart is by the size of their deposit. This is one of the cases where size definitely matters, people. Tip number 6, give your best price the first time. This is another time when size matters, your offer price. When you're in a multiple offer situation, the number 1 factor is price. It's not everything, it's just number 1. So make it count, as you likely won't get another chance. Some buyers, after the offer is presented and another offer is accepted, say, "Well, why didn't they counter my offer?" That's because the seller looked at all the offers and yours wasn't good enough. You usually only get one chance to make an offer, and often the list price becomes the minimum price that you may have to pay, not the maximum. So as a buyer, you want to really sit down and have an honest discussion with yourself. How much would I pay for this house and still feel good about it? And what is the number that if it sold for that, you would say, I would never have paid that? It's the number that you can sleep at night paying, but not lose any sleep if you didn't get that opportunity to offer it. The main thing to remember is you only get one chance at this. What's it worth to you? Tip number 7, video or write your story. In some cases, all other things being equal, a seller will choose your offer because they like you. So make them like you. Send your realtor a story why you want this particular house, what it means to you and your family to have the opportunity to purchase it, to live in it, to love it. And if you want to pull out even more stops, make a video of you telling your story. You know, like with the kids and your dog in it, maybe borrow kids and a dog, whatever you got to do. This is war, right? Why is it perfect for you rather than the other 4 offers that came in, all of which didn't take the time to even make you a video? Tip number 8, choose the right realtor. Now is the time to choose experience above all else. Choose a realtor or real estate team who's been around the block a time or two and who knows the ins and outs of the multiple offer. Maybe even someone who makes YouTube videos about it. Seriously, this is the time that you need someone who can win the battle. So choose someone who has the battle scars, the track record, and the expertise to win. There really is no substitute for a proven system. These are 8 solid tips that you can use when going to battle in the multiple offer ring. And there's even more tips that a great real estate group has up their sleeve. So use these tips, be aggressive, write those offers, be successful, and good luck.